New royal fears for the prince who swore off the booze in 2018. Pathetic Harry hitting the bottle, boozing to numb the pain. Hello and a very warm welcome to Kate Middleton and the Queen News YouTube channel. Well, apparently Prince Harry is so stressed out that he is right back on the booze, and he's insisting that his drinking is completely under control, but King Charles and his inner circle are worried that the renegade royal son is headed for disaster. Royal sources report that after having to face some bad backlash over his tell-all memoir Spare, and also the TV interviews that dredged up all the royal family dirt, Harry now seems to be caving under all the pressure. An insider reveals Harry's always had a problem with moderation and drank as a means to cope in the past. The fact that he's on the grog again now is a real red flag when he's stressed out of his mind, no matter how much he pretends everything's okay in his life. Now recently, Harry himself admitted that he did take drugs and he drank heavily, as he put it, to numb himself when he was an adult after some abusive episodes as a teen. And recently, Harry raised some eyebrows during an appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Observers said that he looked very tense when he got to the studio, and a guard was carrying a Glock lockbox. Now that's typically used for a handgun and ammunition. And then after partaking in the Colbert questionnaire quiz, Harry drank 2 shots of tequila, and sources say that it seemed like it calmed him down a bit. When Harry left the studio, he looked flushed, but he seemed like he was in a happy mood. He even waved to some fans as he was ducking into an SUV that was waiting outside. The worry is this could turn into a problem because one drink seems to lead to another, and if he starts self-medicating, it could explode into a serious habit, warns the insider, who also notes that Harry went to rehab in 2002, and he has a real history of using drugs and misbehaving while he's under the influence of alcohol. Harry even told a story about being in Las Vegas in 2012. Apparently, he got so drunk that his security team had to stop him from getting his foot tattooed. And a former soldier who was posted to St. James's Palace now reveals that Harry got blind drunk, and he set up the security alarm in the guard room after a night out. Now, he says that Harry had to be helped to his room by 2 guards. According to sources, Harry stopped drinking when Meghan was pregnant with Archie, and a lot has happened since then. Of course, Meghan and Harry ran away from the UK for America, and they settled into their $14.7 million McMansion in Montecito, California. They also supposedly welcomed their daughter Lilibet, who is now 18 months old, into the family. And of course, ever since Meghan and Harry ran away from the UK, they have been waging a PR war with their royal relatives. They have told so many stories about how the firm did them dirty. The source says if Harry's cooped up at home and hitting the bottle, he needs healthier ways to unwind when the weight of the world feels too heavy to handle. Meanwhile, in the acknowledgments in Spare, apparently Harry was thinking about alcohol when he thanked his special friends in the UK who stuck by amongst the fog. He promised, "Next round's on me." Meanwhile, according to a source, Prince Harry and Meghan are undoubtedly planning revenge. The podcast series, the Oprah interview, the Me You Can't See, the Cut article, the Variety article, and now the Netflix series are all finished, but Meghan and Harry will never be done. They're still holding on to a strong sense of bitterness. Now, in most of the accusations they contained in the Netflix docuseries, they were pretty vague. They would suggest that Prince William and other members of the family were conspiring against them, but they didn't give any evidence of it. Harry claims that his father told lies about them and William shouted at him, but about what specifically? Well, we're never going to find out, I guess, because Netflix did not offer them enough money to be specific. In a joint statement that was released, Prince Harry claimed that actually there was no problem in the family. Harry said that statement was released without his consent. So could that possibly be true? Well, maybe. But there's another possibility, and that is that Harry did agree to it, and when Meghan found out, she lost it. At one point, William did text his brother, and Harry and Meghan did not look very happy to receive that text. So what exactly did it say? Well, who really knows? But anyway, the absurdness and the vagueness of this Netflix docuseries, as well as the slippery slope that Harry and Meghan's ride is still on, reminds me of internet clickbait. That docuseries was basically just a 6-hour clickbait. There's no resolution in it. There are no real facts, no real evidence. There's nothing. What I saw was just a couple of self-absorbed narcissists who don't have any real insight into anything. They really do believe, though, they are God's gift to humanity. We don't really see them like that, though. Instead, we see 2 textbook narcissists doing what they do best. Telling lies, making up negative stories about other people, manipulating every story so that it's going to make them look good, and also playing the victim role. As long as they get attention, they feel like they've succeeded. They don't care how they get the attention or if the attention's good or bad. All they want is the attention. And the thing is, narcissists are usually pretty boring underneath the whole facade, and Harry and Meghan are no exception to that rule. They continue to use the same messages, the same word salad language, and the same nasty attitude. Before long, though, people are going to get tired of them. People will become bored, and we'll just move on to some other event. And I'm sure Harry's book is just as boring as those woke speeches they create. I mean, just thinking about it makes me almost fall asleep out of boredom. I wish I could say it's over for the two of them, but unfortunately, I don't think so. I think they're going to be out there trying to make themselves look like victims yet again. Everyone at this point is asking, what exactly is it that they want? They have totally run out of things to say, and it's sad to me that Harry can't even allow his poor late mother to rest in peace. She passed away 25 years ago. Let her rest. And as for Meghan writing a book, well, she's one of the most boring people out there. I hope she doesn't think that's a good idea. What could she say that has not already been said about 100 times before? What they should really do is channel all that energy into looking after those kids if the kids are real. Speaking of which, how exactly are they going to explain their behavior and the way they're living their lives to the kids when they're older? I mean, if it were my parents acting like that, I would be so embarrassed. Now, there's also another explanation for why they are so vague about the accusations. So, the more vague they are, actually, the more they can embellish through whatever medium is going to possibly give them any airspace. Will it be Netflix again? Will they try to write more books? Revenge is typically an end in and of itself, and it seems like this is more like blackmail if you ask me. Basically, what could be going on is Meghan and Harry are saying to the royal family, we're going to keep on going until you agree to give us what we want in terms of money. I'm guessing they're expecting some kind of lump sum from the Duchy of Lancaster, which Charles would have to give them, and then they'd probably want installments after that too. But I don't think it's going to happen. Now, if the royal family were to release a statement saying that there's no problem between them and Meghan and Harry, then I think that they would really be saying, we're doing just fine. We're getting on with our work, our lives. We don't care about the drama. And if Harry does not agree with that, well, obviously he's the one who has the problem, not us. We're fine. And I think Harry is upset because he believes they needed his consent after everything that he and Meghan have said, after everything they have done. I mean, from Oprah to this latest debacle. Ugh, Harry, come on. He is out of the royal family at this point. They don't require his consent for anything at this point. Did he think to ask them for consent for all of the nasty things that he said about them? No. So it probably was the truth of the royal family. And I think they were making a little dig at Harry, too. And apparently it worked because he and Meghan are not happy and they are really angry about the whole thing. And now they're trying to play their ace card, but the con artists are eventually going to run out of ammunition. And then what is going to be next for them? What reputable company out there would want to be associated with the two of them? It's obvious they ruin everything they get close to. And you, what do you think about this couple? Please tell me your opinion below in the comment section, and we can also talk about this couple. If you think my video is useful, please don't forget to like and share it with anyone else who would enjoy it. And don't be afraid to subscribe to Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel to get more videos in the future. Now, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll be back to see you in the next videos.